Welcome to the Peak of Fiction podcast, the podcast where we dive into the very best movies, TV, anime, comics, and more to find the ultimate peak of fiction. Our hosts are, the O on his chest stands for hope, the one and only Supa O.
The O on my chest stands for oppression. I thought we went over that. Hey, hello, how y'all doing?
The Criterion Collector, Beto.
The collection is still going, and I've amounted about $2 million in credit card debt. So I hope this podcast actually holds up and pays it back. But no pressure on it on all y'all.
And the honorary straw hat, Colin, a.k.a. BaitZaDust, myself. Well, if you noticed, the beginning of this episode has some brand new music by our one and only musician, Gadgets. We'll link to his YouTube channel, and you can enjoy some more of his tunes. And before we start, it's a little bit of housekeeping. We really want to get involved with our potentially slow-growing community, and we would like it if you guys could follow our established Instagram and TikTok pages. Both of them are at Peak of Fiction Pod, and that way you can keep up. We can release clips. We have the latest information on what episodes come next, and we just released a new trailer for all of our upcoming podcasts this month, and potentially something that we're going to do in the future. If we're doing any bonus episodes, any polls, or anything else to connect to the community, it will be on the Instagram page. We are looking to grow, and we are looking to achieve at least 100 followers for the Instagram page. And once we reach these 100 followers, there will be an opportunity for you, yes, you, listener, to pick the next episode of Peak of Fiction Podcast.
Please pick a good.
Please pick something good. I will watch anything, and I mean anything.
You have to understand, we are desperate, and we need both clout and money. We will take one or the other.
We're different podcasts than the rest. We tell you what it is.
Yeah, you don't understand. And I need to switch up on my day ones. You have no idea.
And if you'd like the perfect opportunity to have an outsized influence on a budding podcast, this is your opportunity. We're all reaching our hand out to you, inviting you to this parasocial relationship.
I wonder what our fans are going to ship us with.
Yeah. Why, I'm cutting that. Beto.
Nah, keep it in. They need to know. We need to know all the call O shippers out there. The bait lid.
This is like actively terrible.
Maybe the gray bait. I like that.
Dan Twitter, this is your chance.
This is not your chance.
As you can be.
I might have to stop the parasocial relationship. I don't know. Am I that desperate for clout and money? Well, we'll see. All right, so this week we are beginning our 4-episode arc where we are each analyzing one of the host's favorite films. This week it is my turn, BaitZaDust. And my favorite film is something I saw a few years ago and is very near and dear to my heart. And that is the 2008 cult classic, Speed Racer. Directed by Lana and Lily Wachowski. And written also by Lana and Lily Wachowski. And of course based on the series by Tatsuya Yoshida. So, without further ado, let's talk Speed Racer.
Speed. I am Speed.
So, I've seen this more than a few times. I think I know O has also seen it once
Yes.
before, and this is your first time seeing a Beto. So I want to hear you to start off with the initial reaction.
Um, yeah, so I never saw this movie due to being, what was it, influenced by outside sources telling me that this movie is doo-doo garbage. But as time goes on and my free will has w- went up a little bit, I've I took the liberty to rent this movie and see what this movie is all about. And as picture as just uh yeah, I guess I would say rainbow barfed all over this film. It is the most visually appealing thing I've seen, and it's fun. It's a very fun movie to see, and just watching it and seeing how the race goes and just the character drama and all that. It's a really fun movie that I'm surprised I've doubted myself for watching or just never watched it in the first place, which is crazy for me. But it's a good movie.
All right. Oh,
Okay, so my initial thoughts upon my second rewatch of Speed Racer. Yeah, I mean, I watched it again. After watching it again, I figure, it's all right. I think it's a pretty nice, fun family film. We'll get more into it, but I think the colors, along with the overtop acting, for the most part, has a sort of charm to it that I can see being pretty engaging to people. And also, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie, or if you remember this movie, but Speed Racer, upon watching it, was kind of giving me Spy Kids 3D vibes, and
you know
Y-
what? You know what?
You know what?
I'm
Yeah,
taking it as a compliment.
that's
yeah,
a
no, Spy
huge
Kids.
compliment to be
Yeah,
honest.
no, I like Spy Kids 3D. Honestly, if I always thought
I feel
that
like
film
it's
was
better
overrated.
than I feel like it's better in the terms of graphics, but we'll get to that.
We'll see. But I think but yeah, I can see the cheesiness that kind of comes with the plot and the acting and the effects. I think kind of works with the film in a way, and it has its good moments. But I'll get into some moments that I'm like about. But off top, I don't think it's a bad film, and I think it's like it's pretty enjoyable if you shut your uh, brain off.
Woo, that's okay. Interesting. Curious. Uh, but I will let that comment go for now. Uh, per permission to be sincere.
All in this
Yeah,
season.
go as sincere as you want.
All right. So, Speed Racer is an extremely special movie to me. It is truly one of my favorite films. But I don't know if it's my most. I can't say on a technical level, may be the best movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely like top three, one of my favorite movies. Um, I first saw this movie a few years ago. I want to say somewhere around like 2019, 2018, and it resonated with me on such like a deep level when I saw it. It really altered and changed how I saw film, and I've just grown to appreciate it more and more and more. I've seen this film in total. I think this is about my sixth rewatch of fifth or sixth rewatch of this movie, and I love it every time. It's thrilling, it's funny. The way it uses colors and special effects, I think, is like really fantastic. I love the story. I love the characters. I love genuinely love everything about it. And it was like such a impactful movie for me when I first saw it, and it really um, was kind of like you know how you see sometimes you see a film when you're feeling down or you're going for a rough patch in your life,
Mm.
and it kind of like uplifts you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
that's what I felt with when I watched Speed Racer. Speed Racer truly reminds me to stay optimistic. Um, and it's very easy to be deeply cynical, right? And I think a lot of people's base attitude towards it has this kind of like cynicism, um, and this always has stuck with me. That the core message, right? That even when everything else, when the entire system seems set up against you, to hold your head up high and stick with what you believe in, really touched me. And like, and the thing about it, what always got me is whenever I try to like show this film, right? Whenever I try to like explain how I felt about Speed Racer to other people, um, they always look at you like you're crazy. Um,
For
and
most
or it's
films,
like
yeah, that's
or
true.
or 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 it's a very much so like, oh, Speed Racer, right? They see a little bit and go, oh, I mean, it's okay, like, whatever, right? And it's been like, I feel like for like the past like 6 or 7 years since I've seen it, it has been me running around being like, you don't get it, you don't get it. This film's amazing. While most people are like, oh, right,
That's
or
fair.
whatever,
That's fair.
right? Finally, I feel like the tide is slowly but surely beginning to change, right? I
Hmm.
feel like people are starting to resonate with Speed Racer, in a way that they have not before, and I feel like there's a lot more. There's a slow building sentiment upon like the film watching community that this actually is a really great, film, and it's a shame that it didn't get its flowers at the time, but I'm glad it's getting its flowers now. Um, and I'll say permission to be controversial.
Oh yeah. How controversial you getting?
Speed Racer is the best movie the Wachowskis ever made.
Over Matrix? They did Matrix,
Yes,
right? Okay.
Wow.
I
Mm.
would 100% stand by this point.
The first Matrix?
Would yes,
Okay.
100%.
See, I'm not a crazy Matrix
Speed
head, so
Racer
I'm not
is the
like too
magnum
hurt.
opus.
But
Yes, yes, it's where they peaked in their career.
they peaked.
Dang.
What else did they do? What else did they
Dang.
do? The Matrix. They got it.
They
I
they, they,
mean,
they, they did Cloud
V for
Atlas
Vendetta.
and
You're saying that is
Jupiter
that speed.
Ascending.
Wow.
I've not seen V for Vendetta in a long time. Okay,
Even for Vendetta. Even for
but
Vendetta is pretty good.
I feel like I put Speed Racer with V for Vendetta. Um, Also, I think the Matrix has had in the long run a more negative effect on society than Speed Racer. But that is a discussion for a different day.
But no,
Sure.
if I had to give, I can see why it resonates. It could resonate with you, because it does have a good message about like believing in yourself and believing in your ideals. And I would say this, right? Even though I never seen the original show, I don't know if any of you ever seen the original show. Uh,
Bits and pieces.
this feels like this weirdly enough is one of the better live action films to ever like
Oh yeah.
adapt that, or at least I feel. I don't know. Maybe if I ever maybe if a real Speed Racer anime had watched the live action, like, well, no, this is all inaccurate. This is this is terrible. But I don't know. For me, I'm like, yeah, it captures the wacky feel of those massive races in the show. So, or I expect in the show. So, but I'll get more into that later.
All right. Well, initial thoughts out of the way. Let's get into the meat of it. Let's go talk about Speed Racer. So Speed Racer opens with Speed as well. It goes in two different ways, right? You cut between Speed. Oh yeah, and we have to establish this. Speed's name is Speed.
Yes.
It's not a nickname. His legal name is Speed Racer. His mother's name is Mom Racer. His father's name is Pops Racer. These are their legal
I
names.
actually didn't even catch the mom
Um,
racer one. I thought.
nope. That's in fact their names. Mom and
Real
Pop Racer.
Luigi Mario.
Honestly, naming your kid Speed, I feel already kind of set his career at birth. Like, imagine if he wanted to be a doctor instead.
I don't know. He'll be the fastest doctor. I don't know.
Dr.
I, I,
Racer.
don't, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but
Yeah, nah, I'm just gonna name my kid MVP NBA star. That's just full legal.
so it cuts between Speed as a young man, getting ready to race the Thunderhead track, and Speed as a child, or like Speed growing up. Um, and you really get to see Speed start off um, as this kid who he can only think about racing.
Mhm.
Like literally, he's in his class, and all he's thinking about is racing, right? His instead of like doing like classwork, he's just drawing. He's making a flip book with drawings of cars crashing. His tests that he put out, that he gave back to the teacher, instead of bubbling the answers, he just bubbled "Go Rex Go," which is his brother's name, who's also a race car driver. And he's kind of like destined to be a race car driver. And he grows up, of course, with his parents, Pops and Mom, played really well by John Goodman and Susan Sarandon.
They're really
Um,
onto it. They were
yeah,
really in
yeah,
with the goofs.
yeah. They play it extremely earnest. And they run Racer Motors, of course, with his brother Spritel, his mechanic Sparky, and the his girlfriend Trixie, and of course, the monkey Chim Chim.
Is the monkey ever in the original cartoon, or
Yeah, I believe he
I
I'm
is.
never
pretty
saw
sure they've. I'm pretty sure they have a monkey.
Yeah, I want to
that? Okay.
say like I seen clip. I
That would be extremely strange if they added a monkey where there was no monkey.
just in the movie, just cause.
But no, yes.
I,
Chim Chim is a part of the Speed Racer family.
Okay.
I think he's like usually like a passenger in the show, or at least from clips I've seen. Like,
Oh.
I gotta say, I like the monkey actor. Pretty good.
yeah, they got an actual monkey, not a CGI. They did pretty, yeah, pretty nice. Like it kind of hit dawned on me midway. I'm like, oh, this is an actual like monkey doing all of this. Like they actually trained him to act in these certain ways. So, hey, good on them.
So we as we continue to like travel through Speed's early life, right? You also get to see his connection with his girlfriend Trixie, um, who you've heard of day ones before,
Mm-hmm.
um, but this goes beyond day one. This is like minute one. Uh, Trixie was there since what? Speed was like
Five or
8
yeah, eight.
or 9 or something like that, and she's been locked in with Speed ever since. Right? It's like another destined to be together, defending Speed, punching out other girls that were insulting him, and just like super down for the cause from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
It's there for him.
Trixie's cool. Trixie's cool. I don't have any beef with her. Uh, get you a girl like Trixie, fellas.
Yeah, you gotta get a girl like Trixie. Um, so as we continue on, we can see that there's a little bit of tension and trouble in the Racer household because his brother Rex is kind of separating from the family, um, and they're always dealing because in fact they're a small independent racing motor company, and they're perpetually dealing with the fact that the large conglomerates monopolies basically don't want them to exist. Beside, even in spite of this, they persist. But the tension of his brother comes to a head, both in the past and in the present, when we see that he left the family and was deemed to be a dirty driver when he was racing on his own. He was labeled as this disgrace to racing, and he eventually dies in a mysterious car accident racing the cross country Casa Cristo 5000. And this all happened 8 years ago. And from then on, Speed has taken the mantle as like the main race car driver in the family. And in the present, and for the present and the past, he is during the Thunderhead race, which is the main thing that's happening right now. He's both racing against the other racers, but he's racing against his brother, or the ghost of his brother.
Hmm.
And I gotta say, this opening scene is stunning. Like,
Yeah, just that scene, I didn't realize it was like well, like I didn't know that because I see this clip all the time on like the internet, and I was like, oh, this is probably like the end of the movie. Nope, it's the very beginning.
And just I really like the, what do you call this, a transition? But when it's like it's showing the his how his brother used to drive, and I bet it was also switch with the current timeline of Speed doing the same movements as his brother, and even to that
yes,
at that end point when he does the little drift, and Speed drifts the way that Rex would. I thought that was really that's a really nice
yes,
transition.
yeah. It's like this trailing ghostly car, and he like drifts like through it
Yes,
as he's racing against his brother's time. It's a really incredible scene, and
some real
we
anime
also have
type
to,
beat.
we also have to talk about the cars because you might notice when you watch Speed Racer, these are not real cars. Um, and Speed Racer takes place in this kind of like super surreal kind of like reality with these all these bright colors, and all the cars are clearly not real, right?
Mm.
In this way, because they're so clearly not real, they kind of have this realness to them. It's a very bizarre thing, but I feel like the Wachowskis could have easily gone with the style at the time, which would have been, maybe a lot of like hard edges, like gray cars, and trying to make this look as realistic or as gritty
Yeah,
as possible.
like get a Honda and throw it in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like the Transformers route, or like a lot of like the science. You think of like science fiction movies at the time, right? Very gray, extremely gray and brown.
Mhm.
Um,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and they could try to strive for that, but instead they chose to go with this surrealist thing, and it takes a little bit to get adjusted to. And I say some scenes are a little bit harsher than others.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a lot of clash of colors there, and I think just the Wachowskis themselves, they have never been trend centered. Well, they never claim to any kind of trends, so they create their own kind of new style of filmmaking or whatever. So, yeah, just knowing this movie came out around 2008, where it's the peak of the Call of Duty looking movies, and that quote unquote realistic look, and
Pretty.
yeah, gritty, just shaky cams everywhere.
Hmm.
They really just like avoided doing that and did their own kind of thing, especially including also the heightness. I don't know if this movie came out the same time as The Dark Knight.
They did.
Oh, yeah, so it's like two distinct different kinds of movies right there.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about 2008, but 2008 was a stacked year.
Yeah.
I would say so. But what this really does for the racing scenes is it because they're not bound by the same like reality and logic that a normal car would be. They can operate entirely on the logic of the speed racer world. The
Hmm.
cars can do flips. They can go upside down. They can go through loop de loops. They can stick and do all these crazy maneuvers that a car would never be able to do. But what they do is they make you believe with the sets they do have and the costumes and the practical effects they do employ that there is a internal logic to all these things that are happening. Um, and it really provides this nice level of investment and tension. So you are, even if it takes a little while to get adjusted to, once you're in, you are in, and you are believing everything that you are seeing. And we
Even
have
the
to.
actors, sorry, even the actors, they're just like they're really into this movie because a lot of movies, including modern movies in modern day and probably movies back then, like it's 2008. I lived through there. I lived through that. A lot of actors usually don't. You would see through their performance that you're just like reading off the script. But these guys, as actors, they really put themselves into this world, this really crazy world of just the crazy racing and just the how the style looks. They really put their A game on.
So, Speed continues to do his race, and throughout this race, we also get these kind of the way way the camera and the way its movies edited it. We are transitioning back and forth from the past to the present. We're getting these things, people coming in from the side of the frame, or overlaid on the frame, and we also get the commentators. Um,
Hmm.
this movie really likes to use the commentators, and they are international commentators. So they're like shouting in all different languages. I mean, there's English, there's Spanish, I think there might be Italian, there's Japanese, um, and it really sells the idea that a lot of, I would say, fictional stories have where the main hobby is the most important thing in the entire world.
Hmm.
And you believe that in Speed Racer, racing is the most important thing in the world. Everyone is all in on racing. It is an international event, and it really sells that. So when you see all these people who are also, in a way, giving exposition without necessarily being clunky about it, and as the race progresses, Speed, who is so clearly better than everyone else, um, continues to race against his brother in his brother's time. And even though he has the chance and opportunity to beat his brother's time, right before the finish line, he lets up the gas just a little bit. So his brother can still have the number one time at Thunderhead, and he can be right behind him and win the race.
Yeah.
In honor of his brother who he cares about.
Goated, goated scene right there. That was a really great scene.
Yeah, it really showed the respect he had for his brother, and the fact that like we the film establishes that he surpassed him. Uh, he surpassed him a long time ago, but uh, he still went out of his way to linger behind that time. You know, kind of shows how humble he is.
I mean, he's hungry for victory, but ultimately, what Speed cares about is family.
Yeah.
There's definitely a strong element of like family and sticking together and supporting each other that really makes the movie work. And it's this kind of glue that sticks everything together, and you really embrace the Racer family. All of them, even Sparky and Spritle and Chim Chim the monkey.
A little bit of
Also, in I appreciate the monkey. I do. I'll say not every monkey scene works. Okay, I will admit not every scene works, but I appreciate the monkey. Um, And of course, in one of the flashbacks, we see that Rex tells Speed that a car is a living, breathing thing. And that if he really wants to know how a car works, he just has to listen to it, which will come up in the future. So, Speed wins Thunderhead on this huge race, and this puts him on the radar of a bunch of different sponsors, including one Arnold Royalton of Royalton Industries, this super conglomerate that owns so much of the racing world, has this huge investment in like the I forget what they're called. I think not capacitors, but some sort of key part to the racing engine. His company controls a stake in, and he comes down in his private jet, lands, and rolls out the red carpet for Speed and his family, saying, I want you, Speed, to join the Royalton family. I want your family to join my family, and we can all work together, and it's going to be a great alliance. You have a great talent, but I have all these resources. Just give me a chance. And Royalton does an almost convincing job of being a kindly benefactor in these scenes.
Yeah. Like, yeah, he does originally come off as like, oh, I am looking out for you. I've seen you got a spunk, kid, and I want to invest in that spunk. I'll give you all the resources, the training, whatever you need. I'll give it to you as long as you join hands with me. And you kind of, we're probably gonna talk about later, but if you didn't know off rip like what that he would be like the antagonist, or like anyone would probably fall for his deal. You know what I mean? Because
you could see him being like the rich benefactor to like this talented guy, right? In another film, if he wasn't the most evil man alive, he could be like I don't know why the only character I can think of right now is like Bruce Wayne and Batman Beyond, but the bankroller to young Speed.
yeah,
But just beneath the surface, there is a little bit of venom there, hidden below. And his performance is really great. He's a really great where he talks about his like origin. But he's like, yes, oh yeah, it's the breakfast scene where they were all at the table, and he's like, he says like that German phrase. He's like, pancakes are love. And he's really trying to sell that he is just a kind guy, just a real nice fella.
I'm just here to help you.
just
Roger Allen really kills it.
Yeah, no, I think they all, most of them do. Like, there's not like
Everyone.
there's a couple characters, and I'm like, but like Pops, Speed, X, Royalton, I think they do a really good job with the script embodying their characters. But, even to the point of,
so as a
I was gonna say, even to the point where it's like, because it's a very cartoony like world, they even like embodying that cartooniness of it. They don't try to go for realism with their movements or speeches. They're like, hey, this is an anime. Let's be anime.
Yeah.
Let's be animated, Stop being stagnant and just stiff on the screen.
I think right around here we also get a little bit of cut in with Racer X, the mysterious Racer X. He could be anybody, but there's this mysterious racer that showed up at some point, like about 6 years ago. He wears all black and a mask to cover his face. No one knows who he is, but
But
he goes on secret missions to seek out and destroy corruption in the racing industry. So Racer X, played by Matthew Fox, goes to rescue a another racer, Taijo Togokan, who has been kidnapped by a notorious race fixer named Cruncher Block. And they're really hamming it up, I would say. This actress really hamming it up as the mob boss style character who's threatening Taijo because Taijo decided to win races as opposed to allow them to be fixed. So he's threatening him with like a piranha tank, and it's a pretty fun comedic scene that's also has a little bit of tension involved too. And Racer X does like a daring rescue because this entire scene's happening in a moving truck that is
That was
designed on
funny.
the designed on the inside to be like this like the back room of like a casino with like a pool table and the piranha tank and all this other stuff. And Racer X is using his supercar to like jump around and like fire rockets and like do other stuff to evade it and save Taijo.
Yeah, that was a really funny. That was a real fun scene. Um, yeah, I was just like, man, this movie really goes all in creating uh this cartoony kind of world that that it takes itself adequately serious, as not too serious, but just knows exactly what it is.
So once Racer X saves Taijo, Taijo is he tries to give Taijo a chance to help take down the entire corrupt scheme, but Taijo doesn't want in. Taijo is like motivated by his own like internal or maybe family drama, and he's kind of operating on his own trajectory. Even though he'll work with Racer X and later on Speed, he's kind of a wild card in this movie.
Should we trust him? Should we trust him? It's a huge question mark there.
uh,
And
yeah,
there's a lot of the movie is about the stock market, which is
surprising.
interesting.
Yeah. Talk,
Surprising, yeah, that is true.
talking about, yeah, especially later on when certain things happen. Uh, and Royalton's like discussing, oh, what do you mean? I thought the stocks
Yeah,
was like,
let's get into it. Let's get into it.
yeah,
So once Royalton like rolls to the red carpet, it takes him to the Royalton like industries. You see all the different ways that the racers are trained and all the different tools they have, and the fact that they can build a whole race car in 36 hours if they wanted to. And there's a lot of good, I would say, visual gags um, going on in the background for like all the ways the racers are listed. There's one in particular I noticed where I think they are looking at like some sort of new power core, and there's a bunch of scientists in that kind of those kind of like chrome protective gear.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
if you look closely, there's like a small dog also in protective gear on a leash that's just there. Uh, like just as like a visual gag in the background. I think that one highlight that. It's very good.
Interesting.
Actually, did
I
even.
didn't
I don't
notice
think.
that.
Yeah, I don't think I noticed that, but I wouldn't be surprised. There's so much happening with each. Every time he showed him a different room, there's just so much in the background that is just like,
Yeah, each shot of this movie just has like things going on that you're just like, I gotta just pay attention to what's in front of me.
yeah, especially being in the
I
Royalton
have
too.
to.
Like, oh sorry, but yeah, no, I thought it was a cool scene, and like the how it transitioned from room to room. I will say, and this is probably because of the CG technology back then. Some of it does look a bit like off.
Oh, extremely Spy Kids. This is the
Yes.
most. This is the most Spy Kids scene in the whole movie, I'd say. Um, I will say it kind of. It almost breaks your suspension of disbelief. Almost.
Yeah.
Uh, and specifically all the scientists on like mopeds, uh,
Oh yeah.
rolling around. That's like okay, all right, this is a little much.
If it's a little much. It's just they're just zooming around. It almost feels like a scene from like Smiling Friends. Just like something in the
Yeah.
scene.
Oh, this is extremely smelling coded, yes. Um, and we have to talk now about I would say the one bit of the movie that I will concede is not perfect, and that is Spritle and Chim Chim.
All right.
Speed
We're
has
gonna
a
get.
little brother.
Are we doing this? Are we doing this now? Right now?
We're doing this right now.
And now the Spritle hate portion.
Okay.
If I said his name
So
right.
Speed has a little brother, right? Called Spritle, and he also has a monkey named Chim Chim. And Spritle and Chim Chim do hijinks, right?
Yes.
Kid-based hijinks in the background. Very much like the cartoon, right? The cartoon is full. You'll see the background. It'll be Spritle and Chim Chim will do something funny, because Speed Racer is ultimately a kids show, and I appreciate the fact that they wanted to keep it, uh, you know, still relatable to children.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, that being said, they are a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say Chim Chim. I'm gonna say Spritle.
Spritle.
Like I'll keep the monkey.
Specifically.
Yeah.
I'll keep the monkey. But
Spritle was a bit
I
much
am
for
not the biggest fan of Spritle.
Yeah, and no hate on the. I mean, I guess he's a grown man by now, but like no hate on a kid being a kid actor, but just with what was given and his scenes, bro. Yeah, the Spritle shenanigans just dragged a bit for me. And yeah, I get it's like a kid doing wacky kid things, and at the end of the day, this is like a family film. This is a film that they put out, and honestly, their demographic was probably kids. But Spritle is, as an adult watching Spritle, it got to a point where I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? Why is the camera on it for so long? Like, especially in that scene with, sorry, but like, especially with that scene where
yeah.
he's with the monkey and they're on the moped and they're going all around over a very bad green screen.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? We don't need this.
Yeah. The bit where they get into the candy, and they're just running around the thing, and the part about it is it's also super plot relevant.
Yeah,
it's extremely plot relevant, and through the Spritle and Chim Chim guiding, they discover that Royalton Industries also designs spear hooks, which is an illegal weapon that can be attached to a car and basically will bind two cars together, stopping one from progressing. And it takes away a little bit from one of the best scenes in the movie, and that is when after all of the, he's gotten all of the good treatment, he's had a talk over it with Trixie, and he's thinking about his next move. He comes to the decision that this is not right for Speed. Because this is not right for, right. We're a family. We're a small family outfit. We'll keep being a small family outfit. Thank you for all your support, but I gotta say no. And that moment, that is when Royalton, the switch is flipped, and he goes full evil mode. And it's really good. It's really, really good. I love his speech. I love, what he talks about. But yeah, really fantastic scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of gets this dark aura as he's explaining his master plan.
I mean, for real, he low key does. He low key does. In his big speech to Speed, where he reveals that every single, Speed's entire dream is to race in the Grand Prix, right? To race in the Grand Prix and win the Grand Prix, right? Is a dream of like any racer.
Mm-hmm.
And what he discovers from Royalton is that the Grand Prix is fixed. All of them are fixed. Uh, they've been fixed for decades, and
Stated.
Racing is all about money, right? It always has been.
Mm-hmm.
And he does this really great scene where he talks about the fact that one of the big races that Speed and his dad loved that they saw over and over and over again, and it's one of the races, old recording of a race that healed them when they were still grieving from the loss of Rex.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 43 Prix, right? Ben Burns beating Sickleton. And Royalton lays out with him that, yeah, everyone remembers that, but the actual big winner was Iodine Industries. Because since the race was fixed, there was an opportunity for one of the drivers, no one in the second lap, his car blows up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this allows the Iodine to, his stock drops, he's able to buy in more interest in his company, he is then able to broker a merger, and he's able to make massive gains and become insanely wealthy off of losing. And what's more, the Iodine Company got so big that practically every single thing runs on iodine fuel cells.
Yeah.
So, as he says in a really great scene, that's what racing is about.
It has nothing to do with cars or drivers. All that matters is power and the unassailable might of money. You understand? You walk away from me, you walk away from this deal, you'll know how true it is soon enough. So last chance. You ready to put away your toys and grow up? Are you ready to make more money in 1 year than your father made in his whole life? Are you ready to become a real race car driver? Then sign that contract!
Man, capitalism's final boss.
It's really great.
Yeah, no, he has he did for sure has the best monologue in the show, in the movie. Even with how it was being displayed and as he was talking, he in the background is rapidly transforming,
spinning around,
spinning.
Yeah,
it was really good. It's really good.
Because Speed hears this, right? And, as I referenced earlier, he's like, well, man, I guess, it's like your, it's like Pop said, you guys really are the devil. And Speed wants to prove him wrong, right? And he's like, well, I'm going to race in Fuji. Or I don't care. I'm going to race in Fuji, and I'm going to get into the Grand Prix, right? Because I'm just that good. Mm-hmm. And what he tells him is you're not gonna you're not gonna finish in Fuji. You're not even gonna place in Fuji, right? Because this is all fixed, man. You're not going to beat the fix. And Speed is like, oh well, I'll see you at Fuji. It doesn't matter, whatever. And as he's describing exactly what will happen to him in Fuji, we're cutting to the future, where we see Speed in this really beautiful race in Fuji. Mm-hmm. It's a really crazy track. Yeah. Where he's trying his best. He's trying his hardest to win. But in spite of his skill, he gets taken out by drivers who've been hired to take him out. by Royalton through the race fixer.
Yeah, yeah. Royalton has such a hold. It's a really good antagonist in this film, bro. He has such a hold in like every aspect that it's kind of like, how do you
Would you say he's like a
take him down?
hater?
Hey,
He is a little bit of a hater. Yeah,
Businessman
yeah.
hater kind
He's
of thing.
petty. He's petty.
he is petty. And there's this great moment where Speed talks to Ben Burns, who was the winner of the 43 Prix. Um, and, it's after he's lost. He's feeling horrible. And Ben Burns is saying, like, yo, you're a good racer, right? And there's kind of this coded language happening in between. Where, Speed asks him straight up, did you know you were going to win at the 43 Prix? And all that Ben Burns says is, you know, everybody thought that me and Stickleton hated each other. Funny, ain't it? Then she walks off. And Speed knows, right? And this is a really great, like, all is lost moment where, he's down in so many different ways. And how he feels about racing is kind of like crushed in this manner, and he feels like he's not going to have the chance to come back or achieve his dreams. Enter one Racer X, who, along with Inspector Detector, fantastic name, is elected to help him get back and take on Royalton. And the way to do this is to team up with another Spurn racer, Tejo Togokan, in order to win another race, the Casa Cristo, so that they have a chance at going back at the Grand Prix, and also because Tejo has offered to turn his evidence that he has against Royalton and his race fixing to Inspector Detector, so they can actually prosecute him for his many, many crimes. So, of course, his family does not want him to go to Casa Cristo. Casa Cristo is where his brother died, and they feel that if they send him out here, he'll die just like his brother. But unlike what happened with his brother, he really Speed, Pops Racer, doesn't tell Speed what he told his brother. What he told his brother was, if you turn your back on me, right, you can't come back. And instead, Pop says, no matter what you do, you'll always have a home here. And, there's that real connection. There's a good amount of healing, right, and character growth for this family.
Yeah.
So secretly, Speed elects to do the Casa Cristo race, which is a cross-country, multi-day race across this really fantastic, like, Middle Eastern environment that goes from, like, desert to, up a, like, snowy mountain. And it's really incredible, this Casa Cristo.
Yeah, I really mess with the design of a lot of locations. I do think sometimes when they race like on the tracks and whatnot, it looks a bit too fake. Like it looks like a PS2 graphics sometimes.
We love the PS2 here.
PS2.
Especially when
Great
they have the
console.
close ups of the cars. And hey, I like PS2 games too, but it so, and maybe if and honestly, it's probably because of the time it came out. Back then we were watching shows at 144 piece. So, but yeah, I do like the the locations of the races they show, uh, even if the CG don't quite match up to it. And also, X is a cool
For
character.
me, I was bought in by this point, right? The CG didn't even look like CG to me at this point. I was invested, emotionally, extremely deep in this movie, and like it kind of glazes over it at some point. And that's how I felt about it.
That's fair. That's fair. I
As a first time, oh, what you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I gotta say, not someone who really even like takes animation that crazy. You know what I mean? Like if
I mean, you
animations,
you watch Record of Ragnarok, so I mean,
it's getting better. It's getting better. But yeah, not someone who like takes animation in such like a high account. But it was just something I like noticed while watching it. I'm like, huh, these cars are kind of looking kind of a bit off sometimes, and these tracks look a bit. It might be because of the fast zoom in and zoom outs they be doing sometimes too. That kind of makes it a lot more. I don't know what the word, but look a bit more goofier. But yeah, it's sometimes I just kind of noticed a lack of detail sometimes with the cars.
as a first time viewer, how did you take in the Casa Cristo race?
The that race, um, I truly did get, it did felt it looked nice. Um, why am I only remember most of like the just like how this how they were doing the whole I think like switcheroo right there
Mm-hmm.
between it.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, but also
That's
the
the second leg.
yeah, but also like just like the just them just like and Speed trying to get it together while he's remembering this is the area, this is the place where he knows where his brother uh mysteriously died there. I think that was like a really good shot.
Yeah, which is
And
actually you'll probably get into it, but is this the same race where it gets to the scene where is this the same race where Cobra's in the Cobra guy?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
Yeah.
the snake oiler.
yeah, Snake Oiler. Yeah,
Okay, so the setup of the race, Speed's in it, and he's in a 3-man team with Racer, and they intend to make it across. But the problem with Casa Cristo is it's a very brutal race, right? A lot of people have a lot of, and everyone has their own gimmicks. They're in their Mario Karts, uh, be it rockets or mines or I think like swinging maces or oil or snakes at some point. I think Snake Oiler shoots like an actual snake at somebody. Uh,
I don't remember that.
and and because of the way the dust kicks up, right, it's very hard to see. There's a lot of blind spot cameras, so there's a lot of chance for this kind of like illegal activity. And it's kind of like, oh, well, who knows what could happen, situation. So the Inspector Detector has beefed up the Mach 6, or the Mach 5, I believe, in order to give it a couple more abilities. It can jump. It can reinflate its tires. It has like these kind of spike tires that can climb stuff, and has a few more options. It even has like little buzzsaws that can pop out and do stuff. So as they get into the race, right, you get this incredible shot of this lady, that the queen of Casa Cristo, who walks out with her cape billowing in the wind, and you get this extremely like this very long shot of her standing over all the cars, her cape billowing in the wind as she pulls up like this very long silver gun to fire into the air. The colors are gorgeous. Um, really incredible stuff, right? And then the race starts, and you can see that while they're racing, there's several teams specifically in the race to take out Speed and Taijo. And you get these really great shots, these intercut shots of the three distinct teams who've been sent there to who've been bribed to take on Speed. I think you have this girl team in these pink cars who were bribed with, I think, diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Who come in to be aggressive. You also have these like stereotypical American Army guys.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Who they roll up with like a big thing of a big case of money.
Oh yeah.
I swear, I thought they were German.
And you get this really good shot of the three guys like looking kind of like sinisterly over the race as their
Yes.
their dollar signs.
Oh yeah.
Yes, just how goofy and animated. Just I'm like, wow, this feels really like an anime or like just any random cartoon.
And you have this team of, I guess, interracial, international Vikings, who they come in, the goons come in and they plop down this big chest and they open the chest up, and instead of money or diamonds, it's like furs. And they're like, oh yes, okay, we're in.
It's like say less.
Speed.
Oh, like your homeboy's trying to get a circle chain, bro. Like, slam out with anyone.
Pretty much. And the car combat's really fun, I'd say. The car combat is really fun. It feels Mario Kart-esque in a good way, as everyone's deploying their their traps or their guns or stuff, and you can see all different characters reacting to the various threats that are coming at them.
Yes, yeah. It's I don't know why, but I was getting like vibes that like everybody's car is everyone has their own like Batmobile.
Yes. Everyone has their own Batmobile. That's a perfect analogy. And Speed's making it because he's that guy.
Yeah.
And of course, Racer X is also helping and defending him. And like, there's something, and you just buy it. All right, at this point, I'm bought in. And when Speed presses the button that makes his car like jump, and do like a spin through the air, you're like, oh yeah, definitely, cars can do that, 100%.
Yeah, it's not questioning it. Or
he
that
at different point, I think he uses his car. He uses the directive of his car to like kick other cars.
Oh yeah, he does that.
Or that part where he like I don't know if you're gonna say it, but when he gets to the Snake Oiler's car, uses tire as like a as like a
weapon.
Saw, as a weapon, bro.
Yeah. All that stuff's great, man. All like the way the cars work and all different abilities, and it's a really great scene. And I'll say where the CG is goofy and it's unrealistic. A lot of effort was put into the costuming of this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone is in great costumes. They're goofy, but everyone looks the part, and you can tell it's not cheap costumes. Like everyone is in their colorful costumes, and everyone is behind their little cockpits and whatnot, and it sells the idea that this is a real thing that these people are doing.
Yeah, I feel you. Like from the costumes to even how the cars look, it kind of reminded me of. I think you've seen this before. I don't know if Alberto's seen this, but Redline, the anime movie.
I've heard of it. I just never saw it.
Oh yeah, Redline. Yeah. Yes, red. It is very Redline-esque.
Giving me some vibes of those type of racers, including how their cars move and all the gadgets that come with him. So I thought that was pretty nice.
in your average movie at this time, guys, like we talked about before, would not have this variety and all these goofy characters and all these distinct racers, right? Anybody else, it'd be like gray car, gray car, gray car, gray car, with like maybe like a small color on them, to go. But like there's a lot of personality
Yeah.
in all these things. So they managed to get through the desert and they defeat all these challengers. But because they got jumped by like what, like 9 guys, nine racers, they are in second place. So this is only the first leg of the race, and they're getting ready for the second leg of the race. So they have a time to rest overnight, and because they weren't able to take him out on the track, they're going to try to take him out in their rooms. But surprise, surprise, Speed's family has arrived to support him. Because even though they didn't want to go in the Casa Cristo, now they know he's there. They're going to be with him 100% of the way.
Yeah. They're really ride or die for him.
And I'll say this is actually a good use of Spritle and Chim Chim. Okay, the bit where Spritle and Chim Chim are watching the television of Casa Cristo is, I think, really.
That's all right.
What scene?
I mean,
What?
when
Where Spritle and Chim Chim are, and they're obscuring the fact that Speed is driving in the Casa Cristo
Yeah, just them trying to like avoid
until they get
telling
found
them-
out, and then
Yeah.
they immediately rat.
they snitch, they
Dad,
put under
it's
zero
Speed.
pressure.
But so the family supporting them, and the most stereotypical of stereotypical ninjas.
Yeah.
You're a typical ninja fight.
You jump Speed, Racer X, and Tidra. Well, you don't see the Tidra getting jumped. But Racer X puts up a good fight. Racer X actually does put pause on that ninja. And Speed is getting attacked, but his family kind of jumps in to support him, and they manage to fight back the ninja. And you have a really great scene where John Goodman, and yes, we know John Goodman, big guy, but he really sells the fact where he grabs it, and then the camera zooms in on the ring that he's been wearing the whole time. And the ring says, I think, like, what, wrestling champion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he just starts spinning, picking up the ninja and spinning him around the room and throwing him. And that part's really. And we get the ninja, more like a nanja line, which I appreciate.
I mean, the fight scene was alright. I did like how the family, how Speed's family, was just down to fight this assailant, bruh. But yeah, like everyone was on.
Makes me realize,
everyone was
like,
on point.
dang. Yeah, it just makes me realize, like, these are the same guys who did The Matrix.
Yeah.
Why is the fight so goofy? Or it's trying to, like, be goofy because the movie is goofy.
Weirdly,
the premise is goofy. I don't know. Maybe
They're-
was
weirdly,
trying
I
to
could
go
see
with that
It's
goofy-
it's clearly intentional.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I could see. I could see the Matrix influence in some of these fight scenes. Like, especially when it comes to like the slow mo ish. Like if we take the slow mo from like the Neo, the Matrix films, along with the I can't remember what kind of martial arts he was doing, but the kung fu he was doing in those movies, and you just put the goofiness on them times 10. Give these guys a couple anime lines on the side with their attacks, and I could see how you go from that to this.
straight line. Uh, so the ninjas were somewhat successful because they managed to poison Taijo, where he's has like this kind of like a like toxin in him, where he will not be ready by the morning, and he'll still be sluggish and unable to race by the time the morning comes. So it's bad news. So the question is, well, we have to do this race, but if our one of our racers can't do it, well, we are disqualified. So who can drive the car? And the answer is, of course, our day one Trixie, ride or die, puts on Teijo's outfit and drives part of the race as Teijo, and all of them together. Even though she's not as good, but she's still a good racer, but not as good. They climb the treacherous Casa Cristo Mountain as Speed is reliving the trauma of losing his brother and all of the questions and everything. Uh, Eventually, I forget if this happens before or after. I think before he goes through the big mountain, there's a spot where the racers can they get far ahead of. Oh yeah, they go for this. They go for the mountain pass that racer that Rex died in, well, quote unquote died in, um, and they get way past Snake Oiler, and they go to a blind spot where there's no cameras, and they get ready to do the switcheroo, where they put Teijo back into the race because Teijo has disguised himself as a woman up part of the plane, and he's able to stop the fixer from shooting him or taking over the plane. And they do the switcheroo, and they're getting ready to do a swap, only for the goon squad, to show up, pull guns on everybody, and basically threaten them. But thankfully, would you believe it? Spritle and Chim Chim were stowing away in the car and are able to surprise the guns long enough for the rest of the Speed Racer family and Taijo and his crew to have a pretty good action scene, I would say, actually, with lots of speed lines and zoom ins and whatnot. But I would say a pretty good action scene as they take back control of the situation and are able to subdue Crusher and his goons.
Yeah, this action scene was. I feel like the action scenes in this movie are kind of hit and missing, but like this one was all right. I do like how everybody in the family had like a couple. They focused on them for a couple seconds. They showed them do a really cool attack or showed them do attacking someone, and it cuts to the next family member, and then the next family member, and then it kind of shows you all the aspects of the fight simultaneously. To me, though, the cartel in this as a whole, I think that's what they were, right? Yeah, the cartel as a whole just weren't that engaging of antagonists, so like
Feels like an afterthought sometimes.
yeah,
Like they're explicitly just goons.
yeah, and it's just like you probably could have like removed. I think they're only really there to kind of hype up X for one of the key.
I wouldn't. I would not remove a single goon.
You would
The goons are integral.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think after the initial showcasing, we could have not seen him anymore, and like no one would bat an eye.
The action scene is shot and directed pretty much exactly how it would be in the cartoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they were going for That's one of those like take it or leave it kind of things. But I would say the Wachowski sisters definitely tried to emulate what was going on in the Speed Racer cartoon.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see that because they're doing that. They did this entire film. But yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. I don't think it's. I think it's definitely fun. It's definitely campy. But it's not really a fight I'm gonna like focus on. But it's probably I will say it is like one of the better ones in the film. Like I put it over the ninja one and probably the initial X encounter with them.
Um, so they do the switcheroo, and they, fortunately, due to the delay, the Snake Oilers team were able to take the front. But who would have thought? Not Snake. Speed is that guy. Okay, he is that guy, and he's able to overtake the Snake Oiler, take out his goons, and is really just beating the brakes off of him racing wise. Whereas brought up earlier, he I forget what at one point he has his tire on like like in his what do you call that? Like where he's driving, like it has steering wheel, right, in his open car. Like a tire is like inches away from his head.
Oh yeah, that's
Speed
yeah. When he was using it as a as like a
Yeah, he was trying to like
thing.
push
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I gotta kill this guy. Like he's really like angry, ready to just murder him.
Yeah,
But
he almost
it's
gets
like,
he gets like knocked off at some point, and then he uses the spike tires to climb back up. And as he tries to Snake Oiler crashes out so hard that he pulls out a gun and just starts firing at Speed. He just tries to shoot Speed. But,
that was still allowed, or nobody saw that. Like
no, they saw it. They saw it, but he was like they saw it on live TV.
Pull out gun. I guess that's part of the rule books.
Yeah, but he was crashing out. He was crashing out too hard because to him, from his perspective, the match was fixed, and he was supposed to be. He was supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to go to Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But Speed is able to take him out, and together, Speed, Tidro, and Racer X effectively win the Casa Cristo. Unfortunately, Tidro is a backstabber and unscrupulous, and the entire point of him racing was to drive up the stock of his father's company, so they could sell it at a higher rate
Wow.
and do a bigger profit margins, and he completely abandons his side of the deal.
Yeah, Taijo, snakes ain't always in the grass, Sharks ain't always in the water.
Truly. So at this point, Speed really is distraught because he's done everything, and it didn't matter, right? He won the race, and it didn't matter. And he is heartbroken about it. So he runs off to Thunderhead track to just drive. He's driving kind of reckless. And what do you know? Who joins him on the track? But one Racer X, whose Speed is pretty sure is his long lost brother, presumed dead. But plot twist: Racer X takes off his mask, and it's not his brother. It's another guy. How could
Just
this
some
be?
guy.
Who is the mysterious Racer X?
Yeah, he took off that mask like when Lex Luthor was in control of the Flash and took off his like, I have no idea who this is.
I'm like, I can get the secret identity. I have no idea who this guy is. Oh no.
But
yeah. Yeah, no, it's should I say who he really is or nah? Just wait until you
It's
review.
obvious. I go, what? Like, oh yeah, who's Racer?
Yeah, they really
Who's,
try. They
like,
really
Spoiler alert
tricked
for
you into thinking that.
spoiler in
yeah,
case
yeah,
you
yeah.
were you've never seen it before.
Racer X. Wait a second. Racer X.
Racer. Oh, I just got that. Racer X, Racer Rex. Oh, wow. Me and Speed are both surprised.
Brilliant.
But yes.
But yeah, no, the fact that they reveal why he had to do what he had to do and why he looks different later on in the film. But this initial one, on my first watching of it, I remember being surprised. I'm just like, really, this isn't the same guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alex, yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because they were pushing the red herring that hard, but like. So what? You're supposed to be a
definitely
fanboy?
throws you off balance.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't until they kind of showed the end where I'm just like, oh, okay. And even then, I'm just like, so you telling me you couldn't reach out a couple times? Oh, like, at least after everything is like done, he could have still went back, but whatever. But yeah, no, Rex is cool. I always like Rex. I do think his costume reminds me of Cyclops's.
Oh yeah. Later period Cyclops for sure.
Yeah. Oh, just every time I think about him, I'm thinking of like, oh, this is just diet Cyclops. But yeah, no, it's a good scene of with Speed connecting with X and X.
And
yeah,
I'd say he drops one of the best lines in the movie, and it's a line that sticks with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I repeat this line to myself like all the time. Out of everything in this movie, I think this has stuck with me. And when Speed, is talking to him, and he's distraught, and he's like, "Racing hasn't
changed, and it never will."
It doesn't matter if racing never changes. What matters is if we let racing change us. Every one of us has to find a reason to do this. You don't climb into a T-180 to be a driver. You do it because you're driven.
If you know so much, why don't you tell me why I should keep driving?
Sorry. That's for you to figure out. I just hope when you do, that I'm there to see it.
See, I thought you were gonna quote his line. I thought you were gonna quote his line. I used to live life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh yeah. Well, you're right. Man, I love that line so much. It's the movie. Like, if I had described the movie, right, and what about this movie is good, it's encapsulated in there, right? The idea of, like, when it brings up and says, like, you don't do this to be a driver, you do it because you're driven, and like, this is me getting in my soapbox right here, right? I'm standing up,
He stood up.
reaching out. You, the listener, yes, you, sitting there, I want you to find what drives you, okay? Seek it out. Don't just do something to do it. Each of us has that one special thing that kind of operates and motivates us. So find that and then do it. Be driven. Don't just drive.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. Cool
Yeah.
way to say that. It is a good message.
And you get this really great moment where Speed comes back home and he's literally repeating what his brother did, right? And he's leaving the same way. He's going to Spritel and saying you'll get it one day. It'll make sense to you one day. But Pop stops him and they have a really good conversation. And Speed is like, and Pops brings up the 43 Grand Prix and how everything clicked, right? And Speed's like, well, it was rigged, right? How can it click for you? And, you know, Pops doesn't like, in spite of like what Speed says, he just says, "I don't buy it." Right? I don't buy it. It can't change how I feel about that race, and it can't change how I feel about that moment. Um, and and I think that also resonates personally with me, right?
Fair.
Even when even when you have a reason to be cynical, right? Who cares? Um, you know, it's not. Just appreciate it, right? Even if a good memory, don't let it say something. Stay keep that childlike up.
Keep being whimsical, but not too whimsical.
Keep being whimsical.
Like
And
some
now,
people.
no. I'm saying whimsy max. Okay, you got a whimsy max.
Whimsy Matt.
We gotta jump up, wear bright colors. Make sure to jump up and click your heels whenever something good happens to you.
As soon as something good happens, I'm just gonna jump in joy, saying "Woohoo! We did it, guys!"
Don't be afraid to.
Be you.
So there is and when they had this good connection, right? There was a knock at the door, and it turns out that the Tejo's sister, who has been kind of watching things in the background and has not liked how everything has gone on, and clearly has respect for Speed, gives Speed Tejo's certificate or invitation to the Grand Prix. And even though he was not the winner, technically, on a technicality, if you present the Grand Prix invitation on the day of the race, you can race in the Grand Prix. So, the racer family comes together and they build a brand new car in 32 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool.
Which is another great scene.
It's a really cool design for the car. I think I remember that car design the most.
Yeah, the Mach 6 is great. And you also have this really great... It's funny because after all this big dramatic moment, you see like I think what it was it Spritel or whoever comes like behind the counter, and he's like, "Oh, you were listening," and they're like, "Yeah, we were all listening." And you have every other member of the family pop out. They'd be like, "Yeah, we were listening to this big dramatic the whole time, but we're here to support."
Yeah, that's a good family moment for sure.
Oh yeah, something that I've not been clear when I bring up when I say Trixie's part of the family. I mean she's part of the family. As in, I don't know who Trixie's parents are.
Literally, there's like the next scene after he won the race in the beginning of the movie. She just pops up and just takes pancakes, and you never see her go anywhere else.
It appears that at age 9, when Trixie came home with Rex to look at his cars, she just never left. And
she was like, "I'm locked in now."
I'm locked in.
They're really locked in, yeah.
But yeah, no, Trixie
can't leave me.
Yeah, nah, Trixie's nice, man. She really is part of the Racer family. I don't even know what her actual last name is. Actually, did they ever say it? Maybe something.
Just Trixie.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
it's just
her parents only gave her
Trixie
the first name. But yeah, nah, she's pretty good. No,
so they build the car, right? They get I think he's like what a premium like an Italian kind of like engine he puts in the car. I think it's called the Bernelli, and they get ready for this final race in the Grand Prix. And Royalton's crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
Royalton does not want Speed to be in that race, because he knows fundamentally in his core, Speed is in fact that guy. And there's a chance that he can win the race. So he's put out all stops. He put a 1 million bounty on Speed's head, and he even went as far as to put a spear hook in the legendary Hall of Fame driver Jack Cannonball Taylor's car, just in case to take out Speed. Right? He's doing everything possible to stop Speed from winning. Because fundamentally, if Speed wins the race, right, this match fix race, this institution that's been around for decades, then that can tear down everything that he's built up, right? Kind of like he has so much hinging on this, and it will challenge him, and it will also ruin kind of like all this money that he's invested into the Grand Prix. So we get to the final race, and it's amazing. It's truly exceptional. Speed is just tearing through these guys. Like, they're like nothing, right? People try to take him out, and he is effortlessly going through these people. And you have a really great moment where he's going head-to-head with the Jack Cannonball Taylor, and he's whipping him so badly.
Yeah, no, he's showing everyone why he's the best racer around, for real. he's
Yeah, he's kind of cocky in this bit, but he's like earned it. He's earned it. He's tired of it, and he is wiping the floor of everybody. So, like little baby, Jack Cannonball Taylor hits him with the spear hook. But Speed manages to do a perfect like jump flip and get the spear hook on camera on live TV.
That was
And everyone gets to see that. Oh yeah, Royalton's top driver has an illegal spear hook put in Speed.
a phony.
And unfortunately, though, this has caused the Mach 6 to temporarily be disabled. So he's just kind of sitting there. Literally, the way the track goes, he is at this low point. Because like the track spins around kind of like above and kind of comes in almost like this like a bowl, and he is sitting there at this low and in that moment he has to figure out how he can do the car, restart the car, and he doesn't know, right? Sparky doesn't know, his mechanic, right? Pops knows, right? But he takes that advice that he got from his brother all that time ago, listens to his car. He really listens, and he figures it out, flips everything right, starts the car, and then he just goes. And this sequence is truly cinema. Right? I am not joking. There's no irony in my voice. I'm being 100% sincere. This is pure movie making. All right? If you're going to watch anything from Speed Racer, anything, you should watch the final race. This moment when he jumps his car and he is just flying through the track, right? And at some point, the track doesn't even matter. The people racing to him, next to him, don't matter, right? They're nothing. Because Speed has gone through this journey. And he has survived and come out stronger and better and faster. And you're intercut with all these key moments from the film. Both Reaver Royalton telling him that, you know, if you want to be a real race car driver, submit to the system. His family, his mom being proud of him, his Racer X or his brother telling him that, you know, he's driven and that when he takes off, he just wants to be there to see it. And the colors, the visuals, everything is kind of blending together as Speed is just effortlessly tearing through all of these other racers. And it has this incredible build-up, this incredible momentum. As in his last action is him, like, doing basically a spin kick with his car and blowing up the other two cars next to him, and just the explosion propelling him forward through the finish line, and the finish line is transformed into this spiral formation, this red and white checkerboard spiral formation, as he's passing through this kind of this portal to victory. And the music, the lighting, the acting, everything is perfect as you, the viewer, and Speed are transformed and brought to this finish line. And the car kind of screeches against the dirt, I mean, not the dirt, but the pavement. The tires had start to melt, right? And Speed, he's got to use everything. Speed's tired, you're tired, and you just feel this incredible, this joy and elation that he's won. And no matter how many times I watch this movie, I still get that feeling. Every single time I watch this movie, I'm 100% invested in this final race. And it is so incredible. It is a true work of art. Probably the greatest thing Wachowski's ever filmed.
No,
Speed Racer.
I agree. There's especially up to that point where he does, I believe, in his himself in his car. It was really that was a really well done scene. Once you get to ranking hype moments, I think that's definitely the most hype moment of the film. And the fact that just him, because he was so in tune with himself in his car, it kind of, he was able to give himself that boost to keep going. And it's not really about how, because he could honestly, because I feel like he could have honestly have finished he couldn't even have finished first, you know what I mean? He could have been second, third, whatever. But you would still, I feel like you would still be satisfied to see him cross that finish line just because of how much he was pushing himself. And then I could see him walking away from that being like, you know what? I did my best and that's good enough for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a real hero's journey.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
And just,
I mean, this is the racing equivalent to Goku going Super Saiyan, or actually the parallel I would make would be Gohan Super Saiyan 2 doing the Kamehameha against Cell. That kind of hype moment, and that kind of I've done the journey, I've made
just
it.
Remembering the events that happened in his past and the people that he cares about and the people who care about him, that kind of that, no pun intended, but that kind of fuels him to move forward. Which I look at that and next time I'm out of gas on my car, maybe I should try that. Closing my eyes. You listen. Oh no, it's on E. Eyes go shut in the middle of the highway. Move.
Yeah, that's what you do. If you're if you ever the cops, if you come to the cops, you blew out a tire, right? You know what to do.
Just listen.
Listen, as a first time viewer, what Beto?
As a first time viewer, I thought this was a really fantastic, fun movie to watch. It's genuinely the most bizarre film ever put. That's very colorful. It has an amazing score, and it has amazing visual.
Oh, I think it's Michael Gaccio,
yeah.
Right?
And just hearing that, I was like, wow, it inspires each moment. When it comes to the racing scenes or any kind of slow bits that's going on, it's always uplifted by the score. The effects is visually popping, and it feels as O said, it feels like it was like Spy Kids 3D game over, and I'm like this. It just real. It should have been another movie that I could have relived in my childhood for a long time. And yeah, it
I'm
was awesome.
I'm like so when I think of this movie because okay, and also to wrap up the ending, they reveal that Racer X is in fact, believe it or not, Rex Racer, and he got plastic
Gasp.
surgery. He faked his death. He got plastic surgery that made him
Oh,
look like Matthew Fox. Uh,
Nani?
I feel like that
and
was an overkill.
uh,
Not overkill, but I was like, oh, okay. I thought he would. I thought he would just get like actually hurt that they had to do the surgery, but he just blew his car up just to hide and
yeah, you go undercover.
go undercover. Okay, sure.
And so as a result, like he wins a big race, he gets his cold milk. He kisses his girlfriend. I'll say this is one gripe you can cut the bit
Spredo,
with
yeah.
Spritle where Spritle pops up on the screen and talks about
Yeah,
cooties. You can cut that. Um, that may be one step too far for the MCU here. Um,
like
for me. Other than that, incredible. You get like cut through of like different scenes, and Royalton is are locked up. He's tried. All of a sudden, Taijo has a spine, um, and he he turns over evidence on Royalton, and he is put in jail in your classic black and white striped prisoner outfit, with the newspaper caption that says, uh, "What is it? It's not crime never
Is
pays.
it
It's
incarcerated? Or it could be tripping.
yeah, he's incarcerated, but it says cheaters never prosper." And has a that's how you know it's fiction. The billionaire is actually arrested and jailed for his crimes. But it is so he does that. They win the day, and Speed is his life's looking good, and I think um in a way this movie was not successful. Like it bombed. People weren't ready for it.
reviews
Um,
goes as
people are
well. Yeah,
the masses are just beginning to wake up today. Uh, but
I,
like when I think when the Wachowskis were describing the Matrix, they didn't realize that they were describing the general movie watching audience. Locked in, eating the slop at that time, unable to appreciate, Speed Racer truly is the red pill for the.
okay, so I have a question for you and you too, Beto. So if you were to take the same script and scenes, but you were to animate it instead. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the animation of the original show. If you were to animate it instead of making it live action, do you think that would have been a better medium for the film, or would you just keep it as is?
it it would be a better medium,
No,
but it wouldn't connect with most.
it wouldn't be the
It wouldn't be
same.
the same. Yeah,
Okay.
It wouldn't be the same, and it might do better, right? I can see right now if you Spider Verse, right? The go to, or like the bad guys, or something like that, or even Puss in Boots, right? It was animated out style. It would be good, right? Same script, it'd be good, no doubt, right? A nice clean 2 hour movie like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Yeah, you know, um, it wouldn't be the same.
Okay.
I
There's a certain thing with the live action, and the Wachowskis fundamentally are live action directors, and um, it just could it has to be, and that's the funny part, right? Is most adaptations are like, why did you bother? It's so much better animated, blah, blah, blah. but this is the one case. No, it has to be.
Okay.
Yeah, this movie has the movie's appeal is very because of its uh direction and how it took from live action. If you did it in animation, people would just assume it's just another animated feature.
You might believe it to be better, but I think Spritle and Chim Chim would be worse in an animated
Oh yeah.
context. There's a certain charm that comes from a live action monster that would not be present.
I don't know. I can see. I feel like the Spryro stuff probably would be better animated, personally.
Maybe.
I would 100% do the exact if you had to do Speed Racer today, it would be the same movie, but just the effects. I would mash practical and special effects together. Just have actual racing car models, and they actually move,
Yeah.
and just like juxtapose that with like CGI.
I wouldn't mind like a version of this where it's the exact same and it's still surreal, but it's like updated a bit, right? Still surreal, but the cars look like just maybe it may have a couple of tweaks, couple like lighting passes on different things. Would be ideal. But yeah, it is that cult classic kind of status, and on one hand, I'm glad like it didn't ruin Wachowski's career, and they went on to make things of varying quality. But it it's kind of special in a way because I'm glad there's no sequel.
Yeah.
Right? Because where could you possibly go? Well, what could you do?
Yeah, this really
Right.
is a one and done type film.
It is like a perfect one and done, and it holds so dear to me. And I'd say I rank it higher than any Wachowski film. It for me personally, it beats out pretty much every other movie that came out in 2008.
That's tough
a lot of
words.
movies.
That's tough words. I don't know about that one, but hey, to each their own.
And you know what? And yes, we will talk about the films released in 2008 because I stand on business. Yes, I say Speed Racer beats out The Dark
Okay.
Knight.
you're
Yes,
tripping,
I
aren't
say
you?
Speed Racer beats out Iron Man.
Tripping.
Yes, I say Speed Racer beats out
Tripping.
Wall-E.
Ah!
Yes, I say Speed Racer beats out Kung Fu Panda.
Tripping.
Yes, I say Speed Racer beats Madagascar's
Tripping.
Escape to Africa.
Tripping.
Okay?
Including the hit film The Boy in the Striped Pajama.
Yes, Speed Racer beats out Boy in the Striped Pajama. That movie is not even that good.
Okay, bro. If you listeners, this is
Whoa.
his opinion. All right, I just wanna. This is his opinion. Colin.
Yes. Yeah, I'll stand alone. If I have to.
Ooh, I'm looking at a 2008 right now. It's not beating Jumper, bro. It's not.
Jumper.
It's not beating Jumper. It's not beating Jumper, bro.
It's not being Jumper with Hayden Christensen.
Jumper went crazy, bro.
Jumper did not go
Jumper's
crazy.
a hood classic,
Jumper went
bro.
the opposite of crazy.
The streets asked for more Jumper, bro.
Well, actually, it is getting some stiff competition from 10,000.
Hold on. 10,000 BC. That was a. I'm just kidding. Is it better than iCarly? I Go to Japan.
If you want to find out about 10,000 BC, watch this space. Yes. Watch this space. So yeah, that is a Speed Racer. Let's get to our segment, the ranking.
Already.
Where we rate a film or comic or manga on our 5-point ranking system.
All right.
So, let me pull out my chart.
I don't know why. I'm kind of mixed on a couple of these. Let's see.
Well, you can be mixed. I'm not. I've cleared
Yeah,
it for.
He has this all cleared
Oh
out
yeah,
already.
already. Yeah. All right.
Okay. So in visuals, 1 through 5, what do we got?
I'm gonna go for 4 here. It's visually appealing, but also it's still has that cartoony look.
I'm gonna give it a stack. It was I'm struggling between a 3 and a 4 because on one hand, right, I like how colorful the world is. I think the vibrantness of the world and the characters, and it's a very colorful film. I think it works really good with the setting. And I also think it, especially with that last scene, they do a lot of good things with the transitions, with the costumes, with the character, with the characters and effects. Like when they were explaining how they were gonna screw over Speed Racer, and there was money in the guy's eyes as he's in the background. I think all that stuff's good. But what really holds it back a bit for me is that like sometimes the effects just look kind of bad, even for a film like this. You know what I mean? Granted, it's probably because of a product of its time, but like I noticed like explosions going off that just looked that looked that looked like the kind of explosions you'd see when you're at like a bowling rink and you get a strike, and so you look at the TV monitor and it's just like an explosion on the screen that says strike. You know what I mean? Like with when Rex had that bomb and he had to like push it away, or like when it would show quick shots of like the cars racing. Sometimes it just, like I mentioned earlier, very PS2 like. Again, probably a product of its time, but to be fair, I will say for me the visuals is but when it does work, it does work. But to be fair, I will say the visuals are probably like a 3.5. I'm really like itching with that one.
All right. 5. Next question.
Okay.
Well, you gotta tell us why.
Yeah. Why is it a 5?
It is, for me personally, it is so visually stunning in like this really really creative way. It means a lot to me, in terms of like how it looks, because it's like there's nothing that looks like it, and every part of it is intentional. Right? And I'm not gonna like say, okay, everyone's gonna think this is 5. Right? It's me personally, I think it's 5, but the shots that are good they're really good, and what it's going for is something truly unique and exceptional. And I don't want to throw out words, but dare I say, visionary. Um, I think it really looks good personally. Like the cars, the costumes, some of like even like the way they use like, the visual set design and stuff. Is it goofy? Yeah, but it's supposed to be goofy. And I'm seeing it through the lens as how I believe the author intended it to do, and for me, through that lens, it's a 5.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Next one.
Right, characters.
This one I gave characters a 4. I think the Racer family is a pretty solid cast for the most part. Uh, is a pretty solid cast of family members that you can root for, and I also think Royalton is a pretty good antagonist. I just think that there are characters outside of them that I feel are kind of a bit forgettable or just don't really add much for me. Like off the top of my head. Spritle. The kids going places, but Spritle was an annoying. Spirtle's bits just went on for too long, and the cartel that they had, I didn't really feel that strongly about. The random racers that were bribed to take out Speed during the races. I know that they're just supposed to be there to be like one and done. What's the word? Jobbers, I guess. But they didn't really like. They're pretty forgetful to me. But like I think the solid cast, the actual centralized cast is super solid. Like I really do like and believe the friendship and family bond that the racers have together. So that's why I'd give it a 4. Oh yeah, and main antagonist not a lot, but also really good.
Yeah, Rollton's great.
4 on my part. Yeah.
For me, 4.5.
Okay,
For a 4.5.
I'm not mad at it.
I really want to give it a 5, but I can't. I can't look at you.
You can't look me in the eye.
That Spritle was that good. Spritle was okay. Like I would say 50% of the time he was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 10% or I'd say 5% of the time he was actually funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The other 45% painful.
Yeah.
And
Why is he
that's
still talking? Why is he still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chim Chim though, we love Chim Chim. No critique on Chim Chim. But yes, for Spritle.
Yes.
But if it wasn't for Spritle, it'd be a 5. But because of Spritle, I have to give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
I'd be sacrificing my integrity.
But yeah, no. Speed is also a really good protagonist. I'll say that. I do like Speed.
Oh yeah, Speed's great. Writing and dialogue.
Should I go? I'll go. Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Oof. That's a 5 for me.
Yeah, to each their own.
Right, say the best line. Well, I think you already said the best line, but say another best line from this.
Okay. Besides the Royalton lines and besides the Racer X and besides like the Speed lines, I think I can't like say at the top of my head, but I think the conversation is really good. I would say all of like the way all of the little side guys are really good, even though they're on screen for like 2 seconds. So, right, I think they all have been really great personality, and I really like the character of Ben Burns.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the background a lot, but he has this little bit of complexity in the way he interacts with people. As he is part of this compromised system, but you can tell that he wants nothing more than to see it burn.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't say it out loud. I think Ben Burns is a pretty good character as well, and I think his writing is subtle but good. And yeah, I for me it all hits. Really, for me it all hits.
That's fair. I think even though this movie could have good dialogue, yeah, some of it is a bit what's the word? Hammy, I guess.
Yes.
But it's not bad. It's just in the middle for me. I don't feel too strongly about the interactions. A lot of the interactions that go on in this film. But yeah, that's why I just gave it a 3.
Yeah, it just feels playbook, kind of feels a little corny here and there. especially from the younger brother. Sometimes it's just like it doesn't take away from how you view the film, but it just goes. It would just always feel corny just to even sit through it, and just you're like you just want this thing to continue, but they don't drag it down with unnecessary like dialogue, but it just I don't know, it just felt corny.
Man, I keep hearing words like hammy and corny, and I find that like very weird that you guys are like saying that as like a
No,
negative.
it's never a
And
negative.
I no no I just find it weird because you keep listing I think Speed Racer's best qualities. Um, and but you're saying that you're putting them in bad I just don't understand that. But to each his own.
It's a five.
Uh,
Why you want me to be mean?
X
I'll
Factor.
be mean. This is trash. This is doodle garbage. I'm not talking about DDG.
All right. The X Factor. This is another easy five
So,
for me.
yeah, this is like a
Um,
4 to me. 4. You know what? I'll be nice. I'll actually be nice now.
Nah, be
I'll give it
harsh.
a 5 as well.
Yeah, as harsh as
there's literally nothing like Speed
No,
Racer.
there is not. No
Literally,
adaptation has ever
like
done what the Wachowskis has done for Speed Racer.
there was not a
well.
movie like Speed Racer before, and there has not been a movie like Speed Racer after. I think the closest you're gonna get to Speed Racer is what?
Redline. Oh wait, we're talking live
Um,
action. Maybe not.
Alita Battle Angel?
no, live action. That's different. I do have a soft spot for.
Fast and Furious.
No, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim, I would say, would
Scott
be
Pilgrim is not
its
near,
biggest.
but it's sort of like that. Yeah.
Yeah, analog. You can get some of the DNA of Speed Racer and like latest like piece live action adaptation. There's some of it, but it doesn't go like all the way. It still wants to be like slightly realistic. Um, but in terms of uniqueness and X Factor, yeah, that's. I mean, like until you showed me something. This is like Speed Racer. Then like I would say, oh, okay, but there really isn't anything.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. Simply because like X Factor. When I think of the X Factor, I think of like how unique it is, right? But also two, if it does something unique, how well does it do it? And it does it pretty well, but not to a point where I'm like, I'm not to a point where it kind of wows me. And I was kind of comparing it to like other race type films. Granted, my comparisons was like Redline, uh, Fast and Furious, but it gets really goofy, and and it does beat those couple of those movies out the water, because like you said, it has this goofiness to it, it has this over exaggeration to it, and I think it does that really really well. But sometimes it it flies too close to the sun with its with its over the topness, and when it flies a bit too close to the sun, you could kind of see the cracks, and some of those cracks just don't really work for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's valid. All right, and the last, obviously most important character, an important category: hype moments and aura.
This one might be a bit controversial.
There's been hype moments.
Let's
There
hear
are
it.
aura.
Yeah, there are. Who wants to go first? John, okay, cool.
I can go first. I can go first. Um,
I think I know what you're gonna choose.
you'd think so. You think so. Um, I'm going to I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay, I'm actually surprised you didn't go for a full 5.
Okay. Once again, it would compromise my integrity as a reviewer. It's there's some very incredible hype moments. I wouldn't say there's a lot of aura. There's not a lot of aura farming in this movie, right? Because like everyone's kind of moving, everything's in motion. Um, I would say you can put the hype moment in like three distinct places, right? And that is the Thunderhead race, the Casa Crystal race, and the
Mhm.
right. All those races are incredible, right? Especially the final race. Um, but if I had to put this, like or a hype mode for with some other things that I've seen and we will see, I can't put it at a 5. I just can't. I'd love to. I'd love to. You know how much I love this
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
but like I can't put it at a full 5 because there's some things that literally are just hype moments,
Mhm.
right? Um, and like Speed Racer is hype. It's extremely hype, but like in specific spots.
Yes, yes. That's kind of where I was going with my hype moments as well. Because, like you said, for me, uh, it really is like that end scene. And then, like, yeah, there's like some cool moments, but like the cool moments for me are very like small. Yeah, they're very
Sporadic.
sporadic. Like, if I don't count that last scene off the top of my head, it's probably the beginning scene where he's mimicking his brother's racing, and like maybe I would add during the Cobra, I keep saying during the Snake Oiler race when he threatens to, run his head with his tire. I think those are pretty good, but not enough to like boost it like too high. But yeah, after watching the movie and really thinking about it, I would give the hype moments personally a 3, just because I just don't see some of these scenes boosting it up like that. But I will say, the ending scene is good enough to warrant it at least a 3. Like I was really thinking about a 2 because originally because I'm just like there's not a whole lot in here, but like that final scene is enough where it boosted it enough where it gave me where it made me choose 3 for its rating.
I respect it.
Hmm.
I respect it. And
It's
Beto?
for hype moments in aura, it's a 4. It's truly just it's sporadic. I think like the times that I remember that are hype moments was the beginning, the end, also a fight scene where the dad is specifically just as soon as the moment you realize he has his own, he's the he was a wrestling champion. So as soon as that realization happened, yeah, I feel like that was a good hype moment. But yeah, it's very sporadic wherever throughout the whole movie. So and everything is moving so quickly. Not everybody has the time to shine, but when the time to shine is there, it happens. There's a beautiful buildup of the score, the actors doing their best, and yeah, and you see it. You see it.
Well, time to tally up the
All right.
numbers and to give the definitive Peak of Fiction ranking for Speed Racer. For me, I got a 4.7.
For me, I got a 3.5.
Oof. All right.
By 5. I got a 4.
Okay.
Sometimes
4.
a man has to stand alone. Well, the official Peak of Fiction ranking for Speed Racer is a solid 4.
Wow. It
Solid
just made
4.
it.
Which I'm okay. Hey! It did. You're correct. It made it. It's officially on the mountain. Peak.
He must have felt the car for that one. He just it's a bit more. Okay, no, that's hey, good for Speed Racer. Good, well played. You know,
It's a good place right there.
yeah,
Just have it right there, just sitting right next to
yeah.
All right. So this ranking puts it above All Star Superman.
You know, I don't care if Speed Racer wins. I just want All Star Superman to lose.
Uh, so right now our current ranking, which is wild to me. I don't know how Civil War got that high.
It was
Godzilla -1, 4.5. Marvel 4. Speed Racer 4, and we will not reveal the score to All Star Superman. Let's
I
blow
think it's
that.
because we added Gray into the into the mix for Civil War. That's why it's so high.
It's so high.
yeah. I
Dude,
mean,
that is crazy. They are excited
compared
with
to
it.
like to what we have so far, I can see it being that high. It's definitely the what? This is the fourth one that we've done. So yeah, it's definitely like second. I know y'all, y'all tripping, y'all tripping.
Nah, bro. I think that's skewed.
Yo.
I think that's skewed. And we'll see. You'll see when you read like a comic or a manga. That's just way better than Civil War. You're gonna be yeah, but somehow because we're rating it more fairly, it's only like a 4.6. Wait a sec.
I was just saying, well, when that time comes, you know, when that good manga or if a comic comes, then you know we'll see it. But you know, for right now, for what we've done so far. Now, granted, well, what's the next? Actually, where we got it in time, but I can see the next two films we have surpassing Civil War potentially.
Right. So the next film that we are reviewing in 1 week will be Iron Giant. This is, I believe, one of Beto's favorite films.
Yes, it is currently one of my favorite films of all time.
So we'll be taking a look into the animated classic and seeing, is this just nostalgia or peak of fiction?
A bit of both.
If you'd like to know more and see what else we have going, please follow our Instagram
Make sure you
page.
like, comment,
We are trying to
subscribe.
get, well, yes, unironically, like, comment, and subscribe. It's your civic duty. We're trying to get to 100 followers here. That's so we get those big.
Yes, like and share.
Fine. Please
Listen to
take
it
a
on your way to
listen.
work. You know.
Listen on your
Listen to it in your
going
work.
to the bathroom.
Listen it at work. Play it full volume on a train. Whatever works,
Whatever
man.
floats
Whatever
your
works.
goat, man. Just play this at the most highest volume you can ever have. Like go to a random, airport or go to a train station and just
Anywhere for a lot of
yeah.
people, okay? Airports, weddings, funerals.
Exactly.
Spread the word. That's what we're
Just
trying
let
to
them
say.
know.
Spread the word.
Let them know.
Let them know about Peak of Fiction podcast. But all right, thank you all for stopping by for the
That
episode.
is.
And
See ya.
See ya.
Drive
Bye.
safely.